Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the new year. We're in 2022. It's our first official show of 2022. We welcome you back. We are all excited to be here tonight. I know I am excited to be back. Had a vacation. We took a couple days off. Enjoyed the rest of the NFL season. So we'll go over our picks tonight for MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, all of that. And we'll see who's with me tonight. We just had Mess Around Dave join. What's going on tonight, man?
A gritty 10-3 win. Are we close?
Hold on a
With
second.
that game, James starting QB about interception. Stetson finished the fourth. He of the Country
What the-
Club name and the
Jesus. Hold on, I got problems left and right here. Mute my mic, somebody quick.
Call me CB instead of being Sarge tonight. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. You know why they call me CB?
Because we want to see you later? I don't know.
No, they call me Coffee Bean. Do you know why?
No.
Because I grind so fine.
Oh,
I bet
God.
you will have to ask your wife that one.
Just what? Till the last drop.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's getting a little dirty here already. Glad it's dark 30. Yeah. All right. Double Dirty Big B. What's going on tonight, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. Had an early shift, so I'm home, comfortable, and ready to talk with my boys. It seems like it's been forever.
Yeah, it has. It's been, I think it's been right about 2 weeks since we had a show. Christy Wilson, thanks for joining tonight. We appreciate you being here. You've seen Christy a couple of times on the network now. She's been here doing some stuff here on the network with us, and we definitely appreciate her for that. All right, and then we got, of course, up at the top, the one that's always with us. He doesn't fry bacon naked, but he's the man, the myth, the legend. Crispy Bacon, what's going on, brother?
Not much. Glad to be back on. It's been a couple weeks, and can't wait to reveal our picks for the NFL awards.
All right, and I want to send out a couple of things that have happened in the last couple of weeks, and maybe just a half a second, maybe a moment of silence tonight for two big people that we lost in the last couple of weeks. And Betty White, we thank you for being a friend. And Bob Saget and Danny Tanner. I feel like I was brought this up earlier. I feel like all of us are kind of in the same generation. Chris, right at the tail end of it, maybe, but definitely the rest of us in the same generation. I feel like we lost our grandmother and our father this week of our generation.
No kidding.
So definitely, rest in peace to them. It's not going to be the same, but a little bit of a special guest here. He was on the show once before, but he's thinking about bringing a video game show to the network. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I give him a what's up. Give him a what's up.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
All right, yeah, he's thinking about bringing a video game show on, so he's here seeing how all this works again. Wants to learn some of the production stuff, so we'll get him with Chris to do that. But good, Christy Wilson, thank you for that. May both rest in peace. Definitely, yes.
Can I make a comment about that?
Yes, yes.
Betty White. I mean, I don't want to come across, having a cold heart or anything. But which one really was more shocking? Betty White, we knew days were numbered, I guess. But then to see this story about Bob Saget,
I would think Saget. because I don't know.
I mean, you guys get what I mean because
I do.
It is.
We saw the news of Betty White, and I was shocked because I was actually just talking to my wife the day before about her, and then to come on and I see the first post on Facebook yesterday was Bob Saget. I'm just like, what?
It's kind of crazy. I know that Bob was a little bit of a surprise, but I gotta say, I don't know about you guys, but I honestly thought if there was any person in this world that was going to live forever, it was going to be Betty White.
Betty White.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to say that about Dick Clark a lot too.
I know. It's crazy. But yeah, I get. Not to beat a dead horse there, but I just feel like we lost our grandmother and our father all in the same couple of weeks.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Get off that. So let's get into. Sarge and I talked about this a little bit this morning on his the Compound Sarge's show here on Coast to Coast. Check that out. It's usually 2:00 on weekdays. Check that out. It's a great show. Well, we talked about it this morning. We talked about how crazy Week 18 was in the NFL.
Yep.
How we were all sitting there on Friday and Saturday saying, if the Jaguars beat the Colts, and then this game ends up in a tie, both teams go to the playoffs. And I am telling you that I even told that, and I was telling Sarge this. I even told that to my significant other, Jennifer. I told her that, and she's like, "There's no way that's going to happen." And then when I told her the Jaguars beat the Colts, she's like, "Wait, so is it this game?" And then we watched the game, and she's like, "You're kidding me! There's 2 seconds left, and it's tied. It's just crazy." You guys tell me that you thought you had any thought in your mind that game last night was going to be tied with 2 seconds left in overtime?
No.
I called it on tailgate. I said that the Jags were going to win that game.
You did.
Now,
and they were all like, "No, they won't."
Now, would anybody agree to if they're the coach of whichever team and the other coach is like, "Hey, let's just end this at a time. We both make the playoffs."
Well,
Would anybody say yes or no?
I'm sure they
You
talked about
here's
it.
the story, though. The Raiders were going to play for a tie until the Chargers picked that timeout. And then Jacobs had the big run.
Yeah, I heard it was a combination of the both. I heard they took the timeout, and then they came out in the next play ready to run the clock down, but then Jacobs ran for 12 yards and put him in field goal range. And yeah, they were going to take a knee. They took the timeout. They gave it to to Jacobs, and he ran for 12 yards and put him in field goal range. And at that point, they felt like they had to kick the field goal. But that was an insane game. Just insane.
That game was awesome.
Just think how pissed off Pittsburgh would have been.
I know. I think
game of the year.
I gotta say one more thing. Bringing up Pittsburgh. It was bittersweet for me to watch Ben Roethlisberger one last time at Heinz Field. I mean, even if you're not a Steelers fan, you can respect the fact that Roethlisberger was one of the best to ever do it. And to watch him in his last game, it was really bittersweet. It really was.
It was interesting, too, because he started his career playing against Baltimore in Baltimore. And he ended his career, his regular season career, playing in Baltimore.
Yeah, that was kind of ironic.
Did he win that game against Baltimore?
He did, in overtime.
Yeah, because he took over for Tommy Maddox during that time.
Yeah.
He did.
But J-Mac, to your point, see Roethlisberger play that last game. I mean, you can say that about a lot of legends if you're not a fan of them. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
To sit there and watch their potential last game, I mean,
No, you're right. You're right. It's one of those, definitely. So before we get into our awards and who we think won which award, who's going to the Super Bowl and who's going to win? Let's just go around the room and get that. So we'll start with Call Me CB. Who's going to the Super Bowl? What's your Super Bowl matchup and who's going to win?
My Super Bowl matchup is actually going to be I'm picking Buffalo, which I'm probably kicking my butt for it, and also picking Green Bay because I think Green Bay is going to win it. Let's give Aaron Rodgers. I just want to piss off that one Bears rider even more. Let's take that knife in. No offense
And guy
to
is
you,
square
mess around.
5.
100% no offense to you, but I thought that was like opening a can of worms when that was all portrayed and everything. So go Green
All
Bay.
right. Mess around.
You know, the guy that wrote the article is not wrong. Aaron Rodgers is a jerk.
And you're a bum.
It's true. He's a jerk. He's the biggest jerk in the NFL. Anyways, my pick is Kansas City and Green Bay. Yeah, I said it. Green Bay. Kansas City's going to win.
Did you throw open
Kansas
your
City,
mouth?
Green Bay, Kansas City, Green Bay. All right. Crispy bacon.
I'm gonna have to agree with mess around Kansas City and Green Bay, but I think Kansas City's gonna win it.
Wow, he didn't pick Dallas, everybody.
Because he knows they're going to lose at home.
We all know if Dragon Viper was here, he'd be telling us it's going to be Dallas and it's not even going to be close.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kudos to you for being realistic, Crispy.
Definitely.
I think we'll win the first game. I don't think we'll win any others, but
Double Dirty Big B. What's your pick?
Tennessee and the Rams.
ooh,
Wow, Tennessee and the Rams. Okay, and who
Yeah.
wins it? Who wins it?
And then they came a yard
It'll be a game-winning field goal by Tennessee after 3 overtimes.
will it be
Three
a yard,
overtimes.
We're
will
going
it be a
to
yard short? Will it be a
Wow.
yard short?
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And I actually, you guys will be surprised at my pick. I'm going to say that, especially in the AFC side. I have Cincinnati on the AFC side.
Ooh,
I think Cincinnati.
I like it.
I think Cincinnati goes all the way to the Super Bowl this year. And on the NFC side, I have to be Homer and say Green Bay. I think that they can beat anyone in the playoffs this year. Joe Coonsey?
Yeah,
Coonsey?
Joe, he's a member of our Tuesday
Yeah,
wrestle. Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday night Mania.
All right, he's got Tampa Bay versus Tennessee, and he says back-to-back Tampa Bay. So,
Yep.
Ooh.
Jordan, while you're sitting here, who is going to win the Super Bowl this year?
And you don't have to say Green
Say
Bay.
it.
I think the Packers are gonna win.
So there you go.
How much
He was-
did your dad pay you?
No.
He's his father's son. They all root for their dad. See, my son does it too.
Right. Okay. So without further ado, guys, let's save MVP for last, I think, huh?
Okay.
Let's go into
Reverse
gonna
order?
tally up the votes here first. But so the categories we're gonna go with, we're gonna give you our votes for MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie, Defensive Rookie, Comeback Player of the Year, Breakout Player of the Year. I think that one's important. That's one that they don't do in the NFL, and they should. Most disappointing team, biggest surprising team, and we did our Super Bowl matchups, so we don't need to go into those. So for Breakout Player of the Year,
I said
We'll
Patrick Cowboys, man. I really switched that one up.
we'll start with Breakout Player of the Year. Actually, the most we had a lot of guys with one vote. Really comes down to a deciding vote of so with 3 votes, the Breakout Player of the Year this year actually was Jamar Chase from Cincinnati.
How can he be a breakout player of the year? Okay, I'll go with it.
I'm just going with what it says, man.
All you guys are bums. That's all I'm saying. You're a
Well,
bum.
Joe Mixon, Carter's gonna go. How many votes were there?
There was 5 total.
Oh, I see 3 on the chat. That's what I was just asking.
I voted for Jamar.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, I kind of was Sarge. I mean, he's a rookie. I mean, he's definitely probably rookie of the year, but
Well, next we got comeback player of the year. This one was unanimous. This was not even a question of who comeback player of the year was. And I'm going to put it out there the way Sarge put it out there. Joe freaking Burrow. The guy was phenomenal this year. You can't take anything away from him. Definitely was comeback player of the year. I don't think anyone saw him having the season he had and leading Cincinnati to an AFC North championship this year. Definitely great on that one.
I could have said Dak, but I felt like Burrow would have been a good choice because no one really thought of the Bengals making the playoffs.
Actually, Dak's not a bad pick. I mean,
No.
Dak's not a bad pick.
I mean, I tell you, if Henry was healthy, he would have been definitely the player, the comeback player.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We talked about this stat last time we were on 2 weeks ago, and now we'll talk about it again. So after the entire season is over, now Derrick Henry has not touched the ball since week 8, okay? Since week 8, 10 weeks ago. He finished the season 9th in rushing.
Jesus.
That's so insane, dude.
In 8 games.
In
He's still
8
a top
games.
10 running back.
What he finished in yardage? How many
finished
yards?
937.
937. He finished 9th in the league in rushing.
He would have hit close to 2,000.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt. It's kind of
And
crazy.
he was tied for 6th with touchdowns.
Yeah, and we're going to the playoffs, and he's about to get activated on fresh legs.
Yep. Look out for Tennessee. That's all I'm saying. That's
That's
not going to be a joke of a team right there. Yeah.
A fresh Derrick Henry in the playoffs. That is a scary thought.
Very scary thought. All right, moving up the board, we go defensive rookie of the year. Anyone got anything to say before I announce who it is? I think we all know who's got it.
It's Parsons. It's
yeah.
not anybody else.
Yeah. It's Parsons.
It is. And that was unanimous as well. It's Micah Parsons. I don't think that wasn't even a decision, really. So, offensive rookie of the year.
Chase.
I mean, it's Chase. I know we gave him breakout too, but man, I don't know. The guy was just insane. He set the NFL record by he set the Cincinnati record. So he's got the record in Cincinnati for the most receiving yards in a season, more than Chad Ochocinco in a season.
Wow.
That's crazy as a rookie, is it not?
It is.
That is crazy. That game he had against KC 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you know what? I was so mad at that game, by the way. I have to tell you that because the week before in fantasy, he got me diddly poo. And then the week after I lose, which mess around called again this year.
It happens every year to you.
Then the week after I lose, all he does is go out and do 266 yards and 3 touchdowns and get 44 points in fantasy the week after I lose. What a loser.
You or him.
Could have been either one.
I think your strategy next year, J-Mac, for fantasy should be to have the average team through the season. Then you might win a championship.
No shit, right? Okay, so defensive player of the year.
Give it
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't quite unanimous, but I will say that TJ Watt is the one that won out in votes. Yeah. TJ Watt, I mean, he tied the NFL record with 22 and a half sacks. How do you not give him defensive player?
And he didn't play a full season.
No, I think he played like 16 or 14.
He missed 2 games.
I think he missed 2 or 3 games,
14.
yeah.
So 14.
Kind of crazy,
Chris,
right?
I voted for Diggs. I got outvoted.
That's okay.
My only
Diggs is a good option too, though.
My only problem with Diggs though is he got some interceptions, but if you look up the numbers, he gave up the second most yards of any corner this year. Yeah. So he could catch the ball, but he didn't play good in the one-on-one situation.
And honestly, to me, was under the radar. I didn't realize how he was that close to the sack record and stuff like that.
He tied
Right,
it.
yeah.
Did you see Strahan? He was like happy for him.
Yeah.
Like, congratulations, CJ,
Well,
for
because
tying the record.
Strahan knows it was gifted to him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Favre gave him that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and,
Yeah.
and then Favre's like, I could have ran the ball.
Yeah,
He forgot to pay his ARP membership, so he wants to
Yeah.
save his buddy. That's why.
yeah, right. Yeah, TJ, what did you see, by the way, what his brother had to say about that? About his tying the record?
No.
No.
He said, "Welcome to the 20 sack club, young man. Welcome to that." You know, funny thing, there's only one person that's ever done it twice. I wonder who that could be. And
JJ.
just left it at that. Yeah. So his brother kind of trolled him a little bit on that one.
Oh, you know that's
He's
going to be
been one
talking.
defensive
dinners.
player of the year last year too.
Yeah, for sure. Offensive player of the year. Is this any question?
I like to change mine.
What do you change it to?
Cooper Cup.
Ooh.
Cup, I like that too. I do.
I mean,
There's
he got
a lot of
triple
good choices
crown.
here.
Yeah, he got the triple crown in the receiving most receptions, yards.
I think I'm going to go with Sarge to change mine to Cup too.
I got running back for Colt.
Taylor.
Yeah.
You know, Cup make. I gotta
Yeah.
say, I gotta agree with the boys. I think Cup should get it. Yes.
Well, I mean, there you got it. I mean, that's 3. So Cooper Cup is going to be named our offensive player of the year. You can't go wrong with that. I mean,
But going into it, it was Taylor. I mean,
it was
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor without a doubt.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
But yeah, Cooper Cup on that one. Now comes the big boy. MVP.
TB12.
I'm not changing my vote
I
on
got
this, even though I
Taylor.
know who it is going to be.
I got Taylor on that one. But it could be Brady or Rogers, most likely.
Yeah, it's going to be a quarterback, but I
go
wish
with
it was
Brady.
Taylor.
Only because I despise Rodgers.
It's
You
gonna be
bum.
Rodgers.
We got bum hat. Yeah, that's right. Hey, your bum sweatshirt.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I think that looking at this, we got Taylor, Brady,
Roger.
and Rogers. So I mean, it could.
3-way tie.
I honestly think this is one of those years, like with Brett Favre and Barry Sanders. You could honestly give it to both players, co-MVPs, because
Oh, there you go.
You talking about Rodgers and Brady?
I'm not talking about Rodgers and Brady.
Well, they're
no,
co-MVP one year.
No, I'm talking about. Is that who you're talking about for co-MVP?
No,
Oh,
No.
Maybe it's not Chris Collinsworth. He's not going to suck off Rodgers on the air like Collinsworth
Yeah,
says.
that's all, I know he's not Collinsworth. I mean, I know J-Mac is not a homer all the time, but I was just wondering who he was talking about.
I can't. I am tired of hearing about Tom Brady. I'm not going to lie about that. I think everyone is at this point. But I do think, I mean, the guy's 44 years old, and he just threw for 5,100 yards in the season.
And he did not want to come out until Gronk got his money.
I mean, I can't deny what the guy did. So for me, co-MVPs of I can't pick between Taylor and Brady. I really can't. It would be a flip of a coin for me. I'm sorry to say, but I can't do that. So you're not going to get a decision from me on those two. Jordan, break the tie here. If you had to pick Taylor or Brady, who wins the MVP this year?
Taylor.
You got it, Taylor.
Hey, there we go.
Smart kid.
I'll go with it, even though I picked Rogers. So I'll go with it.
All
I
right.
mean,
So
we all know the NFL's going to go with either Rodgers or Brady.
yeah, we do.
Most likely, yeah.
Most disappointing team this year.
Jaguars.
I think there was a few teams we could have picked, but I have to say it's the Jaguars. I have to go with Chris on this one. I just think they had Urban Meyer. They were going to take a step forward, and they didn't. I think they showed us something against the Colts. I don't really know if everyone showing up in the clown outfits helped them play better, or what happened there. But
Well, the Colts had a bad winning streak heading into Jacksonville. They haven't won in like the last 5 or 6 years there.
yeah, I don't know. But most disappointing team definitely the Jaguars. So they get the first overall pick for the second year in a row. They become only the second team to do that. And yes, it's the third time it's happened, but it's only been done by 2 teams. Cleveland is the only other team that did it, and they did it twice. So they're only the second team to do it.
This is my most disappointing team.
Let's see. Your most disappointing team
Was the Browns.
was the Browns. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could have been another one. Can you believe that they're sticking with Baker Mayfield?
I'm not surprised, you know.
If
He
you wanna
got
talk
one more
about it-
year on this contract, and they could extend him after the year or franchise tag him. So
I hope he's gonna ask for big money, so it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen with him.
I think
Yeah,
it's going to be
he's gonna have
interesting around for all quarterbacks that are rumored to be traded.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, guys, the next one, even though there was more votes for another team, I can't deny what Mess Around wrote on the next one. And after their win last night, and he knows how I feel about this team because I used to say it all the time when we had our show back in the day on YouTube. I hate the Raiders. I cannot stand the Raiders. I thought that they should have been taken out of the NFL when they were playing really bad. Like I thought they shouldn't have been a team anymore. But I can't deny that they're the biggest surprise of this year. Think about everything they've been through. Henry Ruggs, their head coach, all these people getting arrested, their head coach getting fired in the middle of the season, all that, and they still managed to go 10-7 and make the playoffs.
Their legendary coach gets, passes away. I mean,
yeah.
Just
I was saying that on game night. It's like everything's lining up for the Raiders. You're on prime time. Sadly, your greatest coach, passed away. You're playing on the network he ended his career with.
yeah,
It was kind of lining up.
that part.
yeah.
It was kind of lining up for him.
Right. Yeah. So I think the Raiders are the biggest surprise team of the year for sure, with everything that they were through. And then we did our Super Bowl picks, so we don't need to go there.
So does that Raiders head coach get the contract, or you think they'll all be searching?
I think taking them to the playoffs. I mean, he took over at a tumultuous time, and they were able to win 3 straight games at the end of the year to make the playoffs. I think that shows something. I think those guys want to play for him.
But the only way they would search if he says, "I don't want to be the head coach." Too much stress. That's the only way.
So 2 guys on the program with us tonight on the show, they root for teams whose coaches got fired.
Who would that be?
I know that Mess Around is extremely happy that Matt Nagy's gone. He could not hold back his excitement when Nagy was gone. I think he was going to tweet out something like, "Finally, the bastard's gone," or something like that.
Ding dong, he's gone.
I was going to do my show tonight, but the title game was on, and I'll do it tomorrow because I didn't think people would watch being that the college football final game was on. So
Yeah.
I will touch more on that tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And then the other team would be the Minnesota Vikings, who let go of Zimmer today. Any surprise there, Big B?
No, honestly, no. I mean, the biggest surprise for me was that they actually let Spielman go. And after the Bears game, I was sitting there thinking, it's like, God, did the Vikings just buy Zimmerman another year? By just putting the smackdown on the Bears. But I was actually surprised. Here locally, they announced the Spielman fire, and then like 15 seconds later, breaking news: Zim's gone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So I got to read this. Big B, I sent this to you earlier, and I got to read this from Mike Zimmer saying, talking on the future. He said, "On the surface, it looks like I got fired, but in the end, I was liberated. I spent the last 4 years terrified of getting trapped in an elevator with Kirk Cousins. This man could make the Pope uncomfortable with his youth pastor vibes. He once dropped a HE double hockey sticks in a pregame speech and then wrote an apology letter to the entire team afterwards. I've met loaves of white bread with more edge to them. It's hard enough winning NFL games in the NFL. I don't need my quarterback asking me if I know where I'm going when I die. I'm going to be all right, folks. Google my girlfriend and then Google Kirk Cousins and ask yourself who you'd rather see every day.
Wow. Shots fired.
Wow. Talk about throwing your quarterback under the bus. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, but he made it known
Yeah.
here. I don't know how much national media got it, but he made it known here that he wasn't the first guy to welcome Cousins here. I mean, so
no
and
doubt. And then,
he didn't want Case here either. So
well,
And
and then,
honestly, I think he wanted to stick with Keenum.
no,
No?
he
would-
came out and he said we're going to look into the quarterback options, and we got to figure out if Case is this year's Case or is it the journeyman Case, and then
yeah,
after
That's
that,
true.
Kurt was signed, and then Case went elsewhere. So
true. Another thing that he talked about that we brought up was Kellen Mond and how they asked him if he wanted to see more of Kellen Mond in the last game,
I saw that.
and his answer was just not especially.
No.
Oh, and
He's
they're
like, I see him every day.
yeah.
that was a dumb comment.
So
I think he wanted Teddy to be his guy.
Yeah. I agree with that.
yeah, that's true. So switching gears for a second, guys, we're going to get into a little bit of therapy here in a minute, but
All right.
a couple of things real quick. Let's touch on the fact that the Georgia football team won the national title tonight. They beat Alabama 33-18. Is this the end for Nick Saban in Alabama?
No,
Only if he wants it to be. I mean, if he wants to walk away, I mean, he's obviously going to be a legend no matter what. And to be the greatest college football coach ever. Alabama's going to restock, retool, whether he comes back or not or hangs it up. They're always going to be good. They're going to be a powerhouse for years.
I think
Yeah.
he stays. I think he stays.
Yeah, he stays.
All right. And Brian Flores, the most surprising coach firing today,
Yes.
you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping Minnesota brings him in.
All right. And thanks, Christy, for I know a certain someone who's excited over Georgia winning tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
lucky. He was
Yeah.
about 10 minutes away from eating some dog food. So
Yeah, pretty much. So, yep, Isaiah, your team won. Well, okay, your backup to your backup to your backup to your backup to your backup team won tonight in the national championship.
So he must be a Cam Newton fan then.
oh, he could be.
Probably.
Or backup to the backup. I mean, he should eat the dog food like just for the good charm that the Georgia Bulldogs got, or at least a dog biscuit.
Something like that, yeah. Couple of things to hit. So, things that we haven't really talked about. We haven't talked about the WNBA in a bit. Becky Hammond is the new coach of the Las Vegas Aces. I do know that our one of our guys on the network's very excited about that. His name is Ace, and he's very excited about having Becky Hammond in Las Vegas. And I think that's great for her. And I wish them nothing but the best on that. I don't know who this person is. Happy for Becky Hammond. That's great.
Is that a porn page she's typing out?
Jesus.
Someone might have to go check it out. Pornhub's running out of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, bad joke.
No, that's all right. The other thing that really hasn't been publicized as much as it should, and we talk about this with women's sports on this show a lot. Volkovec, I want to say, I hope I didn't butcher her last name. She'll become the next manager of the Low A Tampa Tarpons in the Yankees organization. She's the first woman to manage a minor league baseball team in history. So definitely some history being made there. Go out and get it. I'm not much of a Yankees fan, but I think I'll be rooting for the Tampa Tarpons this year.
Yeah.
I think she's actually probably like the first like coach of any sports, like of a female in men's sports, because we have a lot of assistants, but she's the captain now.
She definitely is.
So I think that's
not
first.
bad looker either. I mean,
leave it to Big B.
I'm surprised I didn't say that first.
Very surprised you didn't say it first, to be honest.
Yeah,
She has a nasty curveball.
that's right. Watch out for that sinker.
Yeah.
Or stinker. I mean,
You don't want that. But yeah.
Let's talk about a couple other things I could see in the chat here quick before we go into some therapy for tonight.
Did Mess Around have something posted a couple days ago? One of his memes that you're like, oh, you should bring that up.
Yeah, I did see that.
Dude,
Well,
that's
before
genius.
Yes, I'll get into that in a second. But before we get into that, top 10 first baseman of all time. And I know Sarge didn't completely agree with this list because Frank Thomas wasn't on it. And I think Frank Thomas is worthy of a possible top 10, but he's right there. This is the top 10 list that came out. I believe this was by, I want to give them credit. So Dad Bod Sports is where this came from. Number 10 was Willie McCovey. 9, Freddie Freeman. 8, Harmon Killebrew. 7, Jeff Bagwell. 6, Eddie Murray. 5, Hank Greenberg. 4, Miggy. 3, Albert Pujols. 2, Jimmy Fox. And 1, Lou Gehrig. I think the only problem with Frank Thomas, someone I think brought this up, but I think that Frank Thomas's problem is that he was a DH for more than half his career.
That would be me, and I'm the biggest Big Hurt fan ever. And
I like Big Hurt too. I mean,
it was kind of split almost. Like if you do look at the stats on his defensive end, it was kind of a split of being a first baseman and being the DH. I remember watching the White Sox play against the Twins, and he was actually playing first base during that time. And a lot of those first basemen turned into the DH as well.
Murray, I always remembered as a DH too.
Because you could put Jim Tomei on this list if you really want to.
Yeah, but he was more of a DH too.
Yeah, and you have a short beard.
Okay.
as long as we're not talking about Adam Dunn.
But wait a minute. I mean, did Tomei spend most of his career in Philly?
Well, he started
in Cleveland. Yeah.
Cleveland. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about those old Cleveland teams.
I think he went back to them after his Philly stay. I can't remember off the top of my head.
No, I think he came to the Twins after Philly.
He finished his career in Chicago.
Where players go to die.
Yeah.
No, that's Seattle. My bad. That's Seattle.
That's Seattle for sure. In baseball, that is definitely Seattle. I will agree with
I think
that.
I'm wrong. I think the White Sox traded him to the Dodgers to have one more playoff run.
Yeah, mess around. I'm looking for your post, and I can't find
I got it.
You have it. All right.
Yeah, I just screenshot it somewhere. Let me get it up here. Here we go. Hey, I need fire, but wait, never mind. Okay, so hear me out. An app, right? It's
Yes, I remember this now. Yes, but go ahead.
It's like Tinder, but you and your significant other both have accounts. Y'all open it at the same time and swipe left or right on restaurants within a radius that you determine. After y'all match, that's where y'all have dinner. We call it Chicken Tinder.
Yes. So So I'll tell you that I brought this up to Jennifer. She didn't find it nearly as entertaining as I did. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it's a great idea.
Dude, that's genius. That's next level.
I'm just saying this next level stuff because
Tomei finished in Baltimore.
Thanks for that dynamite drop in when we're talking about something else.
It can be related one way or another. I mean,
that's true.
dealing with bat and balls.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just there's got to be some way that you could decide where you're going to dinner.
It'd be an interesting app, though, and that'd be interesting.
It would be. I think it'd be fun, though. It'd be fun to see what happens. At least we're all not mess around. So I'm going to tell a little story on mess around here. He admitted this one, though. So if any of you saw his karaoke night on New Year's, it was great stuff, man. It was great entertainment, great to watch. But little oopsie there, he forgets he's live. His brother calls, and he.
Oh God! I thought I turned the live off. I thought the live had ended, but it did not. Anyways, continue.
He proceeds to talk about, and I don't remember his exact words, but he proceeds to talk about he doesn't understand why she has to go out on New Year's, why it's so dumb to go to the bar. You should just stay home. And he's talking about his old lady this way, live on Facebook.
Well, my exact words were, he asked me where my girlfriend was, so I said, well, she wanted to go out to the bar for New Year's. I did not. I don't like going out to the bar. It's not my thing. So I said, you want to go out to the bar? Fine, I'll take you there. I dropped her off. Maybe I'll get lucky and someone will take her off my hands. I said this live and she saw the video later. What? And then not only did I say that, I said, yeah, even my kids have told me I need to get a new girlfriend.
Now remember, gentlemen,
while being live.
This is live on Facebook. So
you can go look it up, check it out. It's still there.
You ain't taking it down, are you?
No, I talked my way out of it. I was like, it was a joke. Obviously, I knew I was live. I wouldn't have said it otherwise.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you a little story about Ace while we're on our vacation. We're traveling up from where our uncle's house was up to Green Bay to go to the game. And he's scrolling through his phone. I think he's on TikTok or something like that, something with videos. And this video comes across and says, and it's a man talking to his significant other, and he says, "Baby, do you know why you don't fart as a woman?" She's like, "No, why?" And he said, "Because you don't close your mouth long enough to build up the pressure." Now let me tell you where Ace plays into that. So in his infinite wisdom, my uncle's like, "Hey, you should send that to your old lady. She'll think that's funny." And he does.
No, he did it.
He did. By the way, that took about 4 or 5 seconds after he sent it. His phone rings, and all
I'm sure he did.
We hear, "You really think that's funny?"
And you guys are all just dying laughing, I bet.
I mean, my uncle told me to send it to my old lady too, and I was like, "Yeah, and you can get down on my chorizo and huevos for that one because that's not going to happen."
Right?
Hey, J-Mac.
What?
Speaking of that, there's something about sausage you need to talk about.
Yeah, I know, right? That was funny. That was funny, actually. I've never been stopped at security in my life, by the way, even with my beard looking like a Taliban sometimes. Never have. Funny stuff. So we're going through, and it's the first airport, and we send our bags through, and they pull my bag, and I'm like, well, what the hell could I have in there? Like, I made sure to take everything out that was on the list. And so you get those Hickory Farm things for Christmas, And so imagine having something that's looks like it's wrapped in cellophane, okay? Like you're holding, So I'm pretty sure it looked like a drug mule at that situation. It probably was not a good idea.
You should have pulled the Mike Myers. That's not my bag, baby.
Right?
That's not my smash. That's not my sausage. This is my sausage.
Yeah, the funny thing was is it didn't get confiscated. She like opened the bag and she pulled it out and she's like, "Oh," and just threw it back in the bag and handed me my bag back. Which is kind of funny. You know, and then yeah, it was quite an interesting trip. But I'll tell you, there's nothing like Lambeau Field. If any of you have an opportunity to make it there, you should. The other field that I want to visit is Soldier Field, actually, and there's a reason for that. And we were talking about this on the trip. Obviously, Chicago plays there, and that's not my favorite team. But I'll tell you the reason I want to visit Soldier Field. A, for the history, and B, because they're one of the few other teams with Green Bay left in the league that actually plays outside and not under a freaking dome. The way real football should be played, honestly. So,
True.
that's the other reason I want to go to Soldier Field, for that reason. But let's get into a little therapy, guys. Let's how was your holidays? How did they go? Did we have any interesting things happen?
No, I got to work, so work.
You got to work.
Yeah, work
Yeah.
in the casino life, so we're open 24/7. So,
yeah. You think you're gonna get great gifts. You think that it's gonna go good.
Right.
You think it's gonna go great, and then they start opening their gifts, and they're not looking very joyous on their face. And you look over, and you still got 5 left for them to open, and you're like, "Awesome! It's not going to get any better."
Because you know what's in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever find yourself, like a dumbass? You're sitting on the couch on Christmas morning, you're looking at everything, and you're like, "Huh, her stocking doesn't have anything in it."
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wait, maybe she won't notice. Oh man, she noticed.
Oh no.
I got in trouble because I didn't eat the cookies or drink the milk that was supposed to be for Santa.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You got to leave him the right stuff. Leave him a cheeseburger and a beer. Believe me, it would have been gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
no for a nap.
I was like, look, I didn't get off work till 10 o'clock. You guys probably sent this out at 8. The milk's probably sour by now. I'm not drinking that. No. And they're like, no,
yeah.
milk gives eggnog.
Yeah.
I'm like, still, it's been sitting out for 2 hours. I ain't drinking that.
Right. Jordan, what would Santa like better? Would he like beer and a cheeseburger better, or cookies and milk better?
Cheeseburger and beer.
Cheeseburger and beer. There you go.
Gotta
There
keep
you
that
go.
belly going.
That's right. Might as well get it going for sure.
And then he comes to our house and he gets healthy food.
So I wanted to share the
Just get
show
your
with you
house.
guys.
Well, I know. I sure as hell know you didn't put the healthy food out.
No, it's actually my son's idea. It was funny because the first time he's like, "What do we leave Santa for?" We're like, "Well, we'll leave with cookies and milk." He's like, "No. Let's leave him a can of corn and a pop." I'm like, what? He's like, "Yeah, a can of corn and a pop." I'm like, "Okay." So that's been our gift to Santa every year.
So
used to
I
do
found
that
this
with parents
joke.
for reindeer. Go ahead. Oh, sorry, Mr. Ron.
I found this joke online that reminds me of the thing that used to get me in trouble with my girlfriend when she'd ask me why I was late, and I'd be like, she'd be like, were you sleeping with? What were you doing sleeping with somebody? I'm like, yeah, your sister. So this is right up that alley. So the wife said she wanted to see Jerry Springer live for her birthday. So I got her sister pregnant. We're on next Wednesday.
Oh man, what a great show that was, wasn't it, Jerry Springer?
Oh yeah,
Jerry.
Jerry,
I think it's still on.
Jerry.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
it's
on
still.
syndicated. I don't think it's live anymore.
Well, yeah, but you know what's funny is that people were like, "How could such a smart guy?" Jerry Springer's a very smart guy. He's a very
Yeah,
smart,
he is.
intelligent person. And they've asked him before in an interview, Like, how can you be this smart, have this much education, and run just such a crappy show, like a low-class show? And he's like, well, do you know how many people watched that show last year?
Oh, shit, then.
And he threw out some numbers, and then he told him how much he made last year, and he's like, yeah, now who's the stupid one?
Right.
I mean, people want to watch trash. They want to watch drama. It's the way it goes.
It is.
For sure. All right, guys.
This is live, and you don't know what's going to happen next.
Right? No doubt. So the most anticipated New Year episode. So we're going to do rapid fire. And we'll do it the same we always do. We'll ask some questions, but you guys, after I go around to you guys, you're each going to get one question to Jordan, and he's going to answer your questions. I'm going to hand him the headset. He's going to hear you, and he's going to answer your questions from there. So I'll come around and ask both of you. I'll ask all of you 2 questions each. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's start with Call Me CB. Coffee Bean.
Because I grind so finely.
Yeah. If you had the opportunity and someone was going to give you $1 million and all you had to do was smack your wife, are you taking the money?
Yes, I'm taking the money so I could buy her a new face.
Yeah, you know what she's going to say? What, you think I'm ugly?
Then I just smack you right off.
Exactly. All right. Second question, Sarge, is you have to decide between your spending a quarantine. A situation is being locked down 2 weeks at your house with your wife, or you could pick option B. Which one are you picking?
Oh, I don't know what option B is.
No, that's the whole point.
So I did a whole 2-week lockdown. Now I'm on a monthly lockdown. I'm gonna go with option B. What's up in that forbidden? Let's see what's there.
Option B would be watching every replay of Cam Newton's career over and over and over again for 2 weeks straight.
Oh man.
That's
I think I saw that question on like TikTok or Facebook, and the guy's like, before they even spit it out, he's like, B.
Right. All right. Mess around. You're up. Your question is, you have to spend an entire week being at the beck and call for your mother-in-law, or you get an all expenses paid trip to hang out with Aaron Rodgers in the Caribbean. Which one are you picking?
God, shoot me twice. Is there your option C? Jesus. Give me option.
Get both of them.
Oh my God. Shut up, Brandon. Shut up. I'm going to take option B, even though I got to hang out with the jerk. I'd much rather hang out with him than the in-law.
Oh, God, that's funny. That's funny.
At least then I can move off and he can pay for everything. He's a millionaire.
Well, that's true.
Well, he does own the Bears.
He does not, sir.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So the second question will be a lot easier. Beef or pork?
Neither. Beef. Beef. I hate pork.
You hate pork. Okay. We come up to crispy bacon.
Okay.
Hard or floppy?
Fuck, I don't know.
All right. That could go in so many different directions, and that was the reason for the question. Oh.
I can't. Woo! Jesus, that's funny.
That's the TikTok moment of the week, by the way, if anyone wants to know.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
All right, crispy bacon, your second question is
Did he even answer?
Yeah, I said floppy.
he said
Okay.
floppy. He did say floppy. Crispy bacon, eagle
Yeah.
green or giant blue?
Giant blue.
Giant blue? Really?
Do you hate everything Eagles?
He hates everything Eagles, I guarantee that.
There you go. Although I did pick him in the Super Bowl one year, so.
All right, double dirty Big B, are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Pancakes or waffles?
Oh man, that's tough. I'll go waffles.
Yeah.
Wet or dry?
Well,
TikTok moment number 2.
it slides in a lot more easier when it's wet, so I'll go with wet.
Wow. Okay.
You got to lick it before you pick it.
All right. While you guys are recovering with your laughter for a minute, I'm going to hand the headset to Jordan, and then we'll start with call me CB, and you will get one question each to Jordan.
Oh man.
Let them know you're there.
I'm here.
Alrighty, Jordan. Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
All right, Jordan. Beer or hard alcohol?
Beer.
Crispy bacon.
Okay. What's your favorite animal?
Goat.
What's your best Christmas present, Jordan?
An Xbox.
All right.
All right. And
Good
the
job,
team you hate
Jordan.
most
Good
in the
job.
NFL is?
Hmm?
The team you hate the most in the NFL is?
Buccaneers.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jordan, for participating. All right, everyone, give Jordan a round of applause for that. All right. Okay. What a great first show back in the new year. Glad to be back in the swing of things, guys. I don't know about you, but I enjoy the hell out of this show, man. It's so fun, especially when we had questions like tonight.
Yeah.
Harder.
Oh.
No doubt.
Oh, I'm dying over here.
So, this is what we'll end tonight by saying this. I'm going to give everyone their 30 seconds, and then I got one last thing to say. So, Big B, give us your 30 seconds, man.
Nah, great to be back. You know, started off the show with a great moment for the people we've lost at the end of 21 and start of 2022. And Now we just get to wait to see what the Chicago Bears and Aaron Rodgers do for a head coach and general manager.
All right, Chris.
Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. Great first show back, and just stay with Coast to Coast, for all of our shows.
All right, mess around.
Okay. I've recovered, I think. Maybe not. Check me out tomorrow on Messing Around with Mess Around. Got some good stuff coming. I know I said I was going to have a co-host, but I think I'm going to decide to do this on my own and see how it goes. I want to fail on my own. I don't want to, I just want to do it on my own for now.
I think that's a wise choice. All right. As last but certainly not least, Mr. Bean.
That's tough.
Flicking the bean.
Yeah, at least it's hard. But I just want to say thank you for watching and everything else. Make sure you tune in tomorrow and watch Messing Around with the Chicago Sports and that. Pretty knowledgeable over there, even though he wears a bum hat. So just keep that up and just thank you for watching the Four Bros.
All right. And as one of the two guys in this room that can honestly say our teams are going to the postseason, I just want to thank the NFL for a great season this year. For the rest of you, I will say better luck next year. And hopefully your teams can move on somewhere else, because you got Minnesota. The Minnesota Vikings hate the Green Bay Packers so much that they refuse to win a Lombardi trophy. Like, that's a new level of hatred right there.
That's pretty bad.
I still got 1985. Leave me alone.
I mean, that's true. That's true. I was one, but that's okay.
That's okay. It'll be Bills and Vikings next year. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll remember that. Hey, you know the reason why Minnesota is purple, why the Vikings are purple, right?
Because it's cold here.
Well, I mean, if you'd been choking for 50 years, you'd be purple too. Okay, that would end the show. We thank y'all for watching. Lifelong dreams being lived here. Couldn't do this without you. Y'all, appreciate you so much. We will see you all on the other side.